Hey guys, Old Guy Gaming here, back again with another MTG Arena video, and tonight we're going to be continuing part 3 and the final part of deck building with Sean, Mono Red versus Mono White. I am joined tonight by my good friend and Patreon, Sean Dorsey. Sean, how's it going, my friend?
Good, Dad. How you doing?
Outstanding. So we've been having a little game between the two of us where we've been building decks, playing them against each other, and see how they will. In the episode before, which I'll try to link up here, you ended up coming out on top with your Mono Red deck. So I feel there are some changes I need to make to my Mono White deck. But just so we go over, you have the opportunity, of course, to change your deck. So is there anything you feel you need to change about your deck first? Let's kind of go over Sean's deck.
Well, currently I don't think so because of the way that the deck plays against White.
Yes, it does a really good job.
Now, the key is, like, and in the future we may look at this, Ed, as building sideboards with these decks and then sideboarding them.
Yeah, so there is an option, and we'll probably do it for the next decks building with Sean section.
Right.
There is an option to do best of 3 that we can put the sideboards in. The thought process, of course, with this series of videos was that we would build the decks and kind of literally talk through the process of, okay, this worked, but this didn't work. I'm going to switch this out. Here's what I'm going to change it out for. But you're right. I think maybe for the final one, we should add in sideboards and go with them.
Right. For me, what I would do if I were sideboarding, and I'm actually, I think this deck is very balanced against White, and it's balanced against a lot of different decks. What I would do is I would add in creature kill or something that is more towards creatures, potentially giving out my firebrands or the steamkins to do it. Now, that takes away all my triggers and everything else, but I would probably go that route if I were to make changes to it against your deck. One of the reasons why I don't need to make changes, though, is because all of your creatures, with the exception of Gideon and the angels or the avatars when they proc, I can kill everything that you have.
Would you give any consideration to tossing Tybalt in?
Potentially, yes. Tybalt would be interesting, but I think it breaks up the potential kind of runs that I can get.
Yeah.
So, like we saw in the last episode, and we talked about this, Chandra going ultimate. So you took 7 damage, and then you gave me 7 cards to play with. Tybalt, I don't think, gives me any value out of her, which is another reason why I built the deck the way that I built it, is Tybalt doesn't give me any value, in my opinion, when Chandra ultimates.
Yeah, so, fair argument. The only thing I was thinking, of course, was the ability to prevent me from gaining life.
Right, and I'm actually okay with you gaining life, because if I can hold tempo on this, and with the firebrands, it's one of the, like I told you, in the beginning, it's one of the few things that I like the firebrands for. I can hold your tempo off, or I can hold a lot of your stuff off with those and shock. So I have 7 cards that I would potentially use to take your life gain out of it.
Yeah, and that 7 damage that Chandra does when she ultimates is pretty devastating.
Right, and that's my point in it. Tybalt, what am I putting, or what am I taking out? Well, probably going to have to take out either the firebrands or the steamkins. And the reason why I don't take anything else out, I'm not going to take shock out, I'm not going to take lightning bolt or any of the to-the-face damagers. I'm not taking Goblin Chain Whirler out because it can wipe your entire board for the most part. I'm not going to take Flame of Keld out because that's card draw for a red deck, which is amazing. And then if I can get it to hit 3, it's more damage. So and that's what I need to continue to do. So for me, like, I would have Lava Coils in the sideboard.
Yeah, that's probably a good option.
I would have 2 or 3 Lava Coils. I would probably run Tybalt sideboard. If I go against a weird, non-small creature Lifegain deck, I would probably run Tybalt. But other than that, it's kind of like I would try to stay along this line, where the only other thing I might do, which might sound strange to some people, is put some token generation in to be able to go wider than you quicker.
So are you thinking, what's the one I'm thinking? It's the Goblin, oh, what is his name?
It's the Chieftain, whatever. It's trying to find it myself.
I'm literally drawing a blank. He's 3 mana. Why can't I think of him? Legion Warboss.
Right. Yep. That would be the one that I would put in if I want to try to go wider, quicker. But really what I need is damage. Actually, everything, direct currents might be something that I would add in.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before in some of our off-camera conversations, direct currents.
And I like direct current. The reason why is I would probably, and I haven't fully built the sideboard for this yet, but direct currents are really good because it's a 2-play, it's 4 damage for a discard. So if I am drawing a heavy land and I have 3 land up, it's a great card because it's 2 damage to any target. So it's a shock that I can use twice for 2 extra mana each time. So
yeah, it's a little bit pricey as far as that's concerned, but at that juncture, I mean, if you're pitching the card,
right,
and getting to cast it again, it does get, especially in the situations where you're out of cards in your hand, it does give you something you can cast out of the graveyard.
Right, exactly.
When you get your 13th land.
Right. And the other card I might throw in sideboard, just because I have some, is, and then what I would do is take the Steamkins out at that point, is run the Goblin Gatherers, because I have 7 goblins in the deck, you know, and if I have 2 goblins out, this is create a number of goblin creature tokens equal to 2 plus the number of cards named Goblin Gatherers.
Where is he? He's, oh, I know I've got a couple of him. What is his name? Why can't I think of his name? He's 3 mana cost, correct?
Yeah.
I thought it started with a K. Where the heck is he?
The Krinko.
Krinko, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yep. You know, so
How do I not own any Krinkos? Really?
Yeah, it's the Krinko 10 Street Kingpin.
I don't own any Krinkos. I better fix that. Yeah, no, the 10 Street Kingpin himself. There will get your token generation right there.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's just, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, it's just a different way of playing it. There's a lot of things I could do, but you know, the number one thing is I got to do damage to your face, and I got to keep your ability to life gain. That's why I think that deck is pretty well fine-tuned against Lifegain, and even against a lot of other decks, the way that it's built right now.
Oh, yeah, no, it's super fast.
You know, but like I said, I would have to put in, you know, a couple cards to be able to deal with the 4, you know, the 4 health creatures, and...
Yeah, and that's where the lava coils come in.
Lava coils, so 3 lava coils for sure sideboard. Another card that I could put in if I need to find a way to get damage through to you without either on the cast would be Gutter Snipes and Electrostatic Fields.
Love my boy Gutter Snipe. Love that card.
You know, the problem is that he's ruining my tempo. He's slowing me down a little bit because it's 3 cost. And, you know, he can die. In mirror matches, he dies pretty fast. Where my deck, I think, holds up pretty well. Not, you know, and of course, mirror matches are always who draws better. But the difference in my deck and a mirror match is that Flame of the Keld.
Yes,
that actually changes the mirror match greatly, because when he's out of cards and I'm, you know, out of cards but drawing 2 cards, 3 cards the next turn on the 2 trigger, and then if I'm drawing damage, I'm drawing damage plus 2 on the, you know, when it hits the 3rd stage in that thing. And I love Flame of the Keld in red decks. I just think it is awesome because of the two effects that it has. And if I'm holding 2 Chandra Fire Artisans in hand like I was in one game, I can just pitch them to get more cards. You know, it's
all right. So I'm going to want to try to figure out how to modify mine. So one of the first things I noticed, especially after the first game that we played off camera, we record this all in one night. A little peek behind the curtain here. So these are all still fresh in my mind from the game. So the first game we played, Ixalan's Binding was a huge addition to the deck. So I think I'm gonna. You had mentioned lowering, maybe not even taking the Conclave Tribunals and just keeping Ixalan's binding, and I think that's what I'm going to do.
What I would do, Ed, if you really, is reverse it. Make 3 Ixalan bindings and 1 Conclave Tribunal.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because against a lot of decks that have, if you can binding my Chain Whirler, a Chandra, let's say, and a Steamkin, you probably have me beat.
I would agree with that. So I'm going to keep the Ajani's Last Stands. I thought those were a lot of fun, but I'm thinking, like, between the Cleansing Novas and the Settle the Wreckages, I have 4, like, that's 2 and 2. And I'm thinking maybe dropping 2 of those and getting... Here's what I'm thinking. So the things that I'm missing on my sideboard that I think I would have liked to have had would have been, like, the lead in Vanguards, for example.
Right.
So I think I might add those in exchange for the Dauntless Bodyguards. I know where the Bodyguards are going for.
Yep. But you haven't hit it yet.
Exactly.
Why I like the Bodyguard, though, is it's a 2 damage card that can also protect, and as we saw, it also can protect Gideon. Now, Gideon really doesn't need that protection, I don't think. But as a Planeswalker, it looks like the Bodyguard does protect Gideon as when he's in Planeswalker form.
Agreed. So I'm going to move it to 2 Lean In Vanguards in the main deck, to taking it to 4 Charm Strays, 4 Healer's Hawks, 2 Lean In Vanguards, 2 Ajani's Welcomes, 2 Fountain Renewals, and then pretty much everything else stayed the same. Obviously, the Pridemates, there's 4 Resplendents, 3 Unbreakable Formations, 2 Gideons. We went to 1 Conclave, 3 Ixalan's Binding, 2 Ajani's Last Stands, 2 Settle the Wreckages, the 2 Lyra Lawbringers, which you've yet to get out in any game so far, and then the 2 Cleansing Novas. I think I'm going to stick with that and see how it goes.
Something else I want to point out too in the games that we played, the one off camera, and then the off camera game was the only game where you had synergy with your deck.
Yes.
Where you actually hit synergy with the Lifegain and the Ajani's Pridemate.
Yes.
But of course, though, that was after you Cleansing Nova the board, took all my creatures off, and then it happened. So you were looking into turn 5, 6, when that happened. If your deck hits synergy, which I'm surprised it actually hasn't, but then we've drawn so much land.
Yeah, we have drawn a lot of lands these last couple of games.
If your deck can hit synergy, you're going to win. You're going to beat me every time because I can't keep up with the Pridemate once it's past 3.
Yeah, once it gets into the 4 or 5 range, then it's multiple spells to take it down.
Correct. And if I miss any land drops, which has been happening, I'm even further behind. And that's what I'm saying. That synergy. If your deck will run the way it should run, and there's other ways we could tweak it too. If you take out the Bodyguards, you could find another low-cost lifelink or things like that might help you with synergy too.
Yeah, that's kind of the other thing I was thinking about with the Lean and Vanguard is that while the Bodyguards were on the board, they weren't gaining many life while they were there.
Right, exactly. And I would agree with that.
All right, so let's go ahead and try the last round on what we consider the fine-tuned ends of your deck and mine. Let's go into some challenges. So, on my challenge options, I'm just going to go ahead and pick the best of 3.
Yep.
And then I'm going to leave the coin flip to just coin flip so we don't know who goes first, because best of 3, it'll take care of it after that.
Exactly.
All right, you ready, good sir?
I am ready.
Off we go. The final versions of these decks battling against each other. You're Karn this time on my avatar, by the way.
It's funny because the screen comes up I was Soren. When I come out, I'm Nissa.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to choose I play first. No, I shall keep this.
Wow.
Hang on, which board are you on, by the way?
Gargoyles again.
Okay, so we are on the same board. At least 2 games in a row that we've been talking about it. We're on the same board.
Well, you already have the advantage in this game. Just going to tell you that right now. If you hit synergy, yep, you got it. I think this is going to be yours. I'm not going to be able to do anything. Oh, that stinks.
Uh-oh.
Because now I have to start throwing stuff in front of you.
Oh wait, this gets so much worse, Sean.
Yep, yep.
Wait.
Yep. And just like we were talking about synergy.
Yeah, we literally just had this conversation.
Yep. And remember, on that attack, you should always attack with the Charm Stray.
Why though?
Because at the end of the day, you know I have to block the Pride Mate, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're probably right.
You're procking him and getting him to grow.
Yeah, you're right. I should have done that.
Now this is where I sort of stabilize a little bit.
Yeah, I was wondering when he was coming. Okay, how do I want to handle this? I'm gonna go with this.
Yep.
I'll hold.
Okay.
I missed my land drop, which is actually kind of a bit painful.
Yeah, that didn't help you for sure.
I'm actually going to let that happen. Because I have a feeling you have a lightning bolt in your hand.
You're going to have some regrets for that one, just to let you know.
Ah, I figured. Oh, so you're still going to pull it off. Damn it. Yep, so you still had it, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I blocked or not, so then I ended up taking it. Great. Okay, so now I'm losing tempo here because I'm missing my land drop again.
Yep.
Darn it, I had such a good start, Sean. There we go. Alright, so I'd like to never see a Goblin Chain Whirler again the rest of this game. Can I do that?
Oh.
That's an interesting tactic. I've never seen anyone do. That's good.
So you know when you're playing Magic, one of the key parts of the game is trying to figure out, it's that strategy. It's like chess. What are you going to give up to move forward and things like that. And that's what's interesting to me about Magic is something like that. Am I going to kill something that I have to make sure
that you can cast it again later?
That I can cast it again, correct.
Yeah, I had an interesting game where I was testing out my Orzhov Aristocrats deck.
Right.
And I had 2 Cruel Celebrants in play at the time. And it reached the point where my opponent was down to 1 life. If he blocked any of one of my creatures and killed the Cruel Celebrants, he died.
Right.
If he did let them go through and hit him, he died. So it reached the points where he was declaring blocks with his creatures and then would kill his own creatures to stay alive.
Right.
Oh, what to do, what to do. I was sort of saving that for the second Chain Whirler, but or the Chandras, but unfortunately, I'm going to die here soon if I don't do something.
Right, but the good thing is that if you can get creatures on board, you're going to win.
Well, now I'm going to
drawing land doesn't help.
And oh! I thought the Spirit of Critics was coming. I felt like now I'm getting nothing but.
Okay, so let's do some table talk here.
Yep. No, I already know what you're. I know what you're going to say. I'm going to leave the Healer's Hawk and not attack with it.
Yep. That's what you have to do now.
Yep. I have no choice.
And I've drawn 4 land in a row.
So I am of course going to block here.
Yep.
I will trigger a Johnny's Last Stand.
See, and you got a life out of that too, which is absolutely what you have to do. And then Gideon, that probably
walk a righteous path.
Well, no, because I can't even attack with it. I can attack with it if I give it vigilance and not lifelink, but I need the light.
My light.
Right.
So I have to give it vigilance.
Right.
I would have loved to have given it lifelink, but I can't. Oh, this game has swung so many different ways.
Yes, it has.
I feel a shock coming.
Nope.
No, oh, you faked me out. Oh, come on, land. Seriously?
But you got the game right here.
Yep. I thought you had that shock, though.
Yeah.
Alright, that's game one.
And that's the beauty of your deck, is that you have some interesting tricks where you can, like that card, you know, all of a sudden your game changes because now you're not attacking, you go defensive, but that defensive play makes it so now you're an offensive player again. And then drawing Gideon, of course.
Oh yeah, no, Gideon saved me in that game.
Yeah, that's the game changer. Now, if I would have drawn spells rather than creatures, I probably would have won the game.
My opening hand, Sean, consists of 6 planes and a Johnny's Last Stand.
So that gives us 10 total lands out of our draws.
Oh, come on. So now I have 3 lands, a Johnny's Last Stand, Cleansing Nova, and Lyra Dawnbringer.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's actually not a bad...
I know, but it means I'm going to get my face kicked in. I at least scried for an OK card. It means I'm going to get my face kicked in for the first, 3 turns of this game.
Well, it all depends, you know, it's all going to depend upon what happens here, you know. It's going to be interesting to see,
Yeah, I scried the Vanguard.
Yep, the Vanguard is a great way to start.
Oh, it's so painful to watch that just actually happen. I ain't gonna take that at first.
Oh my god.
Oh, that wasn't a chain whirler. Of course it was. Yep. The old chain whirler. And now I'm gonna get nothing but land.
But so am I. I mean, I am drawing so many. I have no spells, bro.
Yeah, but at least you've got creatures.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that. You know, I understand that. But I should be doing 7 damage to you and not. And here's the worst part. In my hand right now, I have 2 chain whirlers.
Oh! Oh! So that was a lucky pull for me. Good. Okay, I'm happy with that now. I can live with that.
Yep. And the worst part is that I have drawn 0 spells.
And we'll wipe all the creatures out too while we're at it.
Right. Now, this is the best card I could have drawn.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
I love this. That card, because I got rid of my worthless chain whirlers, and I'm going to get 3 cards next turn.
Finally, she comes out. She finally comes out.
And the best part is I drew 2 lands and a get you. Not one to help.
That's insane. So I'm going to drop my old fountain of rules here.
This one, you got this one now. There's nothing I can do.
Well, I don't know. I hate saying it that way.
No, because your lifelink, your lifelink with it is going to win it. Well, we'll see what happens here.
Ooh, yeah. See, she can help. She can help quite a bit.
You want to play with fire, huh?
You got 4 untapped mana. There you go. How is it possible that you've not had a single spell this entire... Yeah, this is like the second spell.
That's the first one.
That's the first... No, I was going to say, it's the second
one.
one. Yeah, because it triggered the G2's...
The light up the stage, yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Remember what we talked about.
Oh, yeah. No. I was already thinking that.
Okay.
So I am going to go ahead and take my life linking damage from Chandra.
Yep.
Whatever. Figure it out on your own.
And that be the game. Look at that. 9 lands.
That's
9 out of 20.
That is crazy. That is insane.
And that's even after drawing, what? 2, 4, 5 extra cards. I've seen that be with spells.
That's just dumb.
And here, this is the to cap it off. Look at that. Half my lands in the deck.
Half the lands in the deck, you're only a quarter. You're a third of the way through the deck.
Yep. I mean, that's the, and that's the RNG side of this that I don't. I've never been a believer in the random number generator or the shuffler in these online games, because even in MTGO you have these problems.
Oh yeah, like anything that you do in a computer program for generating random numbers is going to have some flaws to it. Now, I was talking to somebody else. Good game, by the way.
Yeah, very good.
I was talking to somebody else who said that one of the ways to fix that you can do that is to they're going to be opening up in the May update. They're going to open up the ability to be able to have choose your artwork for your land. Like, technically you can do it now, but you have to know the exact card number for like a different swamp or a different mountain.
Right.
So to help correct that problem, I guess the way that someone has figured out how the RNG works in that if you just take a mountain from every set, like one of each mountain, there's no orange. Like, it's genuinely a true random number, because when it's doing the shuffling, it says, oh, you've got 20 of this card. Whatever algorithm they're using to come up with tries to stack those the way that they're supposed to go. But if you have one of each, it doesn't know, and then you get a more true random draw. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to that. I'd like to see, but...
Well, the question is now, I don't know if it's true, because I don't pay, I don't read a lot about, what's going on with this game. I just like playing,
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
I get my 10 games in.
Every day.
If I win quickly, I go for all 15, But the thing I heard is that it's supposed to do deck control. So it draws 2 hands.
Yes, that part is true. So what it does is it draws 2 hands, and it takes the best of the 2 that is on curve and gives that to you. So, like, you have to think about that when you get, like, the hand that I got, where I had 6 of 7 cards were all mana, or like the one that you had, I think, in our off game, where you had 1 mana. Like, this is the best of those 2 hands.
And if it's going off curve, that's wrong, in my opinion. It should go off balance. So
I don't understand why it has to do anything. Why can't it just say, here's 7 random cards?
And that's the way that I would rather see it. I actually would rather see it do the 7 cards, this is what you get.
I agree.
And then you mulligan. And if they're going to do it, what's the new type of mulligan called?
That London mulligan. That's that one they tried at that GP, or I'm sorry, they're not GPs anymore. The Mythic Championship that they tried that out at.
Right. I would rather see that. I would actually rather see that in this game. And they could launch it in Arena. Arena is...
Yeah.
This is the place to do it if you're going to do it.
Where you can even run special events that were free just to try it out.
Absolutely.
Like, have the vast amount of Arena players out there to try it out. And then, obviously, they have logs. They can track everything.
Exactly.
And they can run analytics off of it and see how well it's performing in the meta. So yeah, like Wizards, they're going to be watching my channel, but run a free event that intentionally tests the London Mulligan rule and make it, give it a style or something like that, something to make the players want to get into there. Make it a free event, and then we'll beta test the crap out of that for you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they'll have better analytics off that than you ever will, in any tournament.
Exactly, because they can't track every single game, like how many people used it or how many people did this or that. Whereas in Arena, there's log files. It's all on their servers. They could pull all of that and digest all that data and find out what's the best way to do it.
And you think about it too. So right now, what they do is when you mulligan, you scry. Okay, that's great. That's kind of cool.
Oh, I come from back in the old day when they didn't do that. What do you got?
Right, yeah, you got. I'm kind of being sarcastic with that.
I know.
It's okay. Fine. It's the everybody gets a juice box at the end of the day. It's
yeah. Sean and I come from a much older day in Magic when nobody gave a crap if you got a bad hand to start. It was just part of the game.
Yeah, and if you mold the one, nobody cared.
Yep.
And that's the thing. It was always you fold the one. I'm so sorry. But really, you're happy the guy molded the one because it should be a win for you.
Yeah, that should be the auto win.
Yeah, but if they did that, so what? Like I started out with that last game, that second game. I started out with four mountains, a chain whirler, and whatever, Gitu and whatever, or 2 Gitus, I think. And no, it was a Gitu and a light up the stage. And if it were me, what I would do is I would pitch the light up the stage, and I would pitch the chain whirler and 2 lands and draw cards. Because I need to be on curve. I need to get either a firebrand or something, or a shock, more so than I need the chain whirler and all that extra land.
Yeah, you'll pick those up later on your regular draws.
Right, and then with the way the deck's built, between light up the stage because you have 4 of them, 2 flames of Keld, I'm probably going to burn through my hand to the point where Keld will work great. Or if I have 1 card left that's not really going to be of value, I'll Keld that one out. Or light up the stage and get cards. Or if I get Chandra out, I'm getting cards. So I would rather see the London rule than the hand comparison to curve, in play. I just think it'd be so much better.
I agree. All right, so I think that's a good place to leave this one off. Sean, I really want to appreciate doing this. Obviously, we did this all in one night in a recording. You guys are going to see this spread out every Friday over the next few weeks. Do me a favor, let me know what you think of the series. Obviously, Sean and I had a ton of fun doing this, and I love playing games with Sean, period, so it doesn't even matter to me. But if you enjoyed this, let me know. Basically, we're going from the construction of a deck, trying them out and playing, and coming to final versions of the deck. We thought it'd be a really cool sequence of events to see the mindset of what goes into building a good deck in MTG Arena. So, Sean, always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
Yeah, it was great to be here. And one thing I just want to say to your fans here is bear with me. I kind of have an ADD when it comes to getting the thoughts through my mouth. So I know that can be kind of a little bit annoying to people. Bear with me because once I focus on the games, it's going to be more interesting.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. My thing is, of course, Sean and I have been podcasting for 5 years now together, so I've gotten so used to it I ignore it and don't even notice it because I'm just used to that Sean.
Right, exactly. So bear with that, and you'll get used to me, and I think everybody will learn. If you're new, you'll learn some things. I'm not a world-class player or anything like that.
You're better than I am.
I've been playing a long time, and I understand the concepts that we need to do in Magic and things, and I think this will be fun. This is, I really want to stick with this, Ed.
I'm sticking with it for a while. I enjoyed this one because we'll talk about this later. I have a mono black discard deck I want you to help me with, but we'll get into that in the next session of deck building with Sean. So again, if you like the series, by all means, please like, subscribe. It helps out the channel. There's also the Patreon if you are so inclined. That is patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga. And until next video, guys, we shall see you in the arena. This video was brought to you in no small part by our patrons. If you would like to help out the channel, go to www.patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga, and thank you